Students, today we'll start with the application class model. The steps to construct the application class model are: first step is specify the user interface, define the boundary classes. The third one is determine the controllers, and the last is check against the interaction model. Step 1, specify the user interface. The application class deals with the design of a user interface which will be seen by the user when we are modeling a domain which we understood in the domain analysis phase. So initially we were explaining the ATM classes, in which we have found out the different concepts that were found in the real world entities like customer, the account, bank and the consortium. Now when we are working with the application modeling, here we concentrate on how this computerized version of domain analysis will be looked by the user, the end user. So it mainly consists of visualization of our domain understanding. Most interactions are divided into two parts. One is the application logic and the user interface. The user interface deals with the visual operations, like the way the user accesses the objects or the commands and the options which are provided to him on the screen. And next is the application logic, which deals with when the user works with the objects which are there in the user interface, how they have to react. That is, when the user enters the password, it should accept the input. And similarly, whenever a user, if he presses the mouse button, or if you are working with the touch screen, when he touches the screen, when a particular button is pushed, what has to be done deals with the application logic, and the visual operations are there in the user interface. So the user interface of an ATM machine will look like this. Whenever we visit the ATMs, we have seen a particular screen in which the users, a message will be seen by the user. Either it is a welcome message or it will be asking what in which step you are. Later on in the user interface, you have a buttons to press the numbers 0 to 9, and you have some buttons which will help you in operating the different transactions you want to do. So whenever he presses the clear button, what has to be done? When he presses the cancel, what has to be done? And where are you receiving the cash, and where you will get the printed slip here, right? So these are about the user interface, the visualization. Next is, when you click this one, what has to happen at the background? It comes in the application logic. The second step is defining the boundary classes. The boundary classes means when a particular ATM machine is in front of you and the user is standing with a card to insert into the particular slot, right? So the boundary between a customer and the ATM is the card. When you insert, it connects the external object to the internal application. So we say define the boundary classes to isolate the inside of the system from the external world. The boundary classes provide a staging area for the communication between the system and the external source. External source is a user here, and the class which provides the staging area for communication is a card insertion slot, wherein when the user insert the cards, you are communicating with the system. So here inside of the system is the logic that is running behind, and the external world is user accessing through the user interface. Understand the external format of the sources and convert the information from the transmission to and from the internal system. For example, whenever the communication happens between the user and the ATM machine, internally we are communicating between the ATM and the consortium. I have explained in yesterday's and other videos also. The ATM interacts with the consortium because in one bank's ATM you can access another bank's card also. So whenever a person uses the ATM, the request will be asked to the consortium to cross verify for the user's validation. So the boundary, first boundary that it has to cross is the cash card boundary. Once it is done, next is the account boundary, wherein the consortium will talk to the bank regarding the authentication of the account to which this particular card belongs to. The next third step is determining the controllers. Controller is an active object that manages the control within the application. So within our application, when the user interacts with the ATM, what all things have happened are, the first one is the user within your ATM system, the user will insert the card first, right? So he will insert the card here. Now when the user has inserted a card, at the background the verification will be happening. It is carrying out some verification at the background with the help of the information that is present in the consortium. So if the user has asked a query to check out what is my current balance, so what it does, it checks whether it is a valid card. If it is a valid card, who will give the information? Consortium in turn talk to the respective bank. When it is talking to the respective bank, it takes the help of the bank code. From the bank code, the authentication of card will be happening, and once it is done, you are coming to know what is the current balance in your account. So when the particular flow is happening, we need the controllers, so which are controlling the activities. A controller is an active object that manages the control within the application. Now within our application, what all things we need to control are: receive the signal from the outside world. So what information we have received from the external world? We have received the information regarding the card initial stage, right? So it receives a signal from the outside world, it reacts to them. So when the card is inserted, it reacts to them either positively saying that account is okay if he has entered the valid card which is not expired, and if he has entered the valid PIN, right? It reacts in a negative way if the person has done mistake in entering the PIN, or if the card's validity has been expired, or if he is using a card which is associated with the closed bank account, right? So in that time it has to react to the signal that has been received. So it has to react to them. That is, when the signal is received, it should react to them. Next, it invokes the operation on the object in the system. Here within the ATM system, when the authentication has to be done, it invokes the object of type consortium, because the authentication will be done via the control object which is associated with the consortium's authentication. So it also invokes the operation on the object in the system. Next, it sends the signal to the outside world. What information it will send to the outside world? Either it says if the account is okay, the message will be displayed for you to choose different options like what you want to do, whether you want to do with the withdrawal, or you want to do the fund transfer, or whether you want to check the current balance, right? So if it is okay to the external object which is a user, this information will be displayed. Otherwise it says PIN is incorrect, account is not valid, or it says account is not readable. So the controller object is an active object that manages the controls within the application. A controller is a piece of reified behavior captured in the form of an object. Now we have learned the reification in the initial classes of our first module. The reification is about converting a non-object into the object, that is converting which is not an object to the object. Now these all things are the operations, right? So receiving a signal is a task, reacting to them is a task, invoking operation is a task. Now I am converting them into a object. So this is Rahified behavior captured in the form of a object. So in the ATM we have two major control loops. First one is the outer loop, which verifies the customer. As we have seen, the outer loop, when the customer inserts a card, the first thing that will happen is the verification. The outer loop is verification. If the user is verified, then only he can go inside and start doing the transactions. So there are mainly two controllers. The first one is the outer loop, which verifies the customers, and the inner loop does the service of the transaction. It provides the service to the customer. The fourth step is checking against the interaction model. So in the initial interaction model, we have created the use case models, the sequence diagrams. So when our application classes are ready, we should cross verify them for the inconsistencies, because in the interaction model, if I have explained a sequence, that is for the verification, if I have explained the sequence that the first step is user will insert a card, and next I say we start verifying his particular password and the card number, right? And the third step I may say, if it is valid, it displays the next page, and if it is invalid, it has to show the error message, right? So this is my interaction model. I have explained the sequence that has to be carried out for this particular card insertion authentication. So in my interaction model, I have said the user, when the inserts the card, it has to cross verify the password and the card details, and should display the next page if it is valid. Otherwise, if it is not valid, it should display the error message. Now these all will become the operation with respect to the class which is interacting here, right? So in the application class, I have to check, have I implemented all these interactions in my application, so that I can avoid the inconsistencies. Once we build the class model, go over the use cases and think about how they work, right? So here I have created the use cases in which I have said a customer, when he is interacting with the ATM system, in the use cases I have said he initiates the session. Now this initiate session is responsible for the authentication. It is responsible for the authentication, right? So I need to check here against the interaction model, finding out that have I implemented that particular operation in my class, so that I can avoid the inconsistencies. Example, user sends the command, parameter comes from the UI object, because the user interface of your ATM machine, if you can see the user interface of your ATM machine, providing you a way to interact with the machine. Through the ATM card slot, you can insert the card. With the help of these particular buttons, you can insert your pins, and with these buttons you can do a particular operations, whether to clear, cancel, or to continue, right? So user sends the command, so parameter is received from the UI object, and requesting a command itself must come from the same control, that is from the UI control only. A request for the command has to be received. So you should check against the interaction model for the consistency, and if there are inconsistencies, you should cross verify whether the interaction model is correct, or whether do I need to change the application class here. So let us look into the application class model of the ATM. system. Now so here in the ATM application class we have two things. One is the user interface and second one is the consortium interface. So the boundary classes are the cash card boundary and second one is the account boundary. Now n number of accounts, he can have n number of cards, so the association is many to many here. The cash card boundary has the attributes like this cash card belongs to which bank, what is the code of the bank, what is the code of the card, what is its serial number, what is the PIN or the password, and what is its limit, right? Per day how much I can withdraw, what is the limit. Similarly with the account boundary, I have some details like to which bank your account belongs to, what is the account code, how much balance is there, what is the credit limit on your account. So like this, it has many attributes or the properties. So when this particular application class is modeled, let us look into some of the other classes here. That is, when a particular person using his cash card want to interact with the ATM through the user interface, initially what will be happen, the user interface is a visualized operations which will be seen by the user, and cash card is communicating between a external world entity, a customer, to the system, right? So when he inserts a particular cash card to the ATM system, at the backend it talks to the consortium interface, so cross verify for his authentication. Now what all things can happen or the problems that will arise, right? So the problems may arise when the particular user is using the machine. He can face many number of problems like bad card reader. Otherwise, in your particular system, your card is okay, but the ATM is running out of a paper to be printed or cash may not be there for you to withdraw, right? Similarly, sometime you might have seen the ATM machine may be out of service when the communication line will be down. Now, there are different problem types that will be encountered when a particular cash card boundary is interacting with the account boundary. Now, we need a controller who is capable of handling different problems. When a particular problem happens, it will have its own start date time and stop date time. Okay, one problem can have n number of controllers to react to it, right? So think that on 1st January 2020 at 9:30 AM you have entered a card which is expired, right? So it has its start time and the stop date. As soon as you insert a card, a session will be established, a secured session will be established when you insert the PIN. Now different problem types are there, they are controlled by the problem controller, right? So many number of control problems can be arised in one session, right? So the session will have its own status. So those status may be, the session controller status may be ready, impaired or down, right? So ready means it is ready to be accessed, no problem. Impaired means it is handling some situations like cash is out of cash, out of paper, or down means it is working with the communication line which is down, right? So ATM sessions may or always may or may not have the valid cash card, right? So ATM session will happen on particular time and date, right? Customer has inserted a card which is active one, right? And a ATM session is started on particular date and time. Okay, this card is associated to some particular account in the bank. So the transaction is happening here also. It has its own start date and time. Now the same start date and time is for the cash card and the account, right? Because on 1st January 2020, if you are withdrawing 100 rupees from the ATM, right? So at the same particular time stamp at 9:30 only, account has to be modified, right? It has to be deducted from your balance 100 rupees here, right? So the ATM session is started and both the cards is active and the account is also active. Now when this particular session is started, right, the session controller can be in different states. So what are those status? As I explained earlier, it can be in the state ready, impaired or down, right? This particular session controller is managing the ATM sessions which is actually asked for the customer for getting some service. That service may be withdrawal or transferring the fund or balance inquiry, whatever it may be, right? So we know always the customer may not enter the valid cash card or valid account information. He may do some mistake, right? So when during this particular session, if some problem has arisen, so this will be taken care by the controller problem, right? So controller problem checks on such and such date and time this particular problem has arisen, so it will check with the problem type. So what action has to be taken? The problem type have different names like bad account problem, out of paper problem, out of cash problem, communication line down problem, right? With respect to that one, it will handle. So look here, during the one session I can do many problems, right? I have 2 times I have entered the wrong pin. It is running out of the cash. I may ask it to do the print, but the paper is not available. So during one session, I can face many problems, right? And when the many problems are faced, we are to the problem type. Depending upon the name of the problem which are listed here, it will take particular action. So this is how the application class model has to be created, and the application class model has to be cross verified with the interaction model.